Yeah, we're just walking up to Sydney Town Hall. See if we can get across here. There's a snap protest tonight by the Palestinian Action Group called Gaza under Bombardment, I think it's called. But it's so it's on. It's the 20th of March, 2025. Quite a few cops around. Not that many, to be honest. Like, it always varies, but I don't think it's a. I think it's just speeches, not a march. And they seem to have it in the front part now, not down the. Because often they have it down the back now, but it seems to be at the front, which is more disruptive to the traffic, of course, but it's also more visible to people coming past. Looks like they're going to have the usual socialisty types here selling their wares. You've got the Socialist Alternative, and they'll have their Red Flag magazine, Introduction to Marxism, Marxism, Red Flag, and then you have the people selling their wares, the scarves. Lots of cops there just having a chat, a bit of a chinwag.
Two countries in via Parliament.
So can't see his sign. Who's the next lot? Next lot is the same, I think. It's Solidarity, another socialist group. Boycott apartheid. Speaking of socialists, she's the socialist candidate for Sydney or Newtown or somewhere or other. I can't remember her name. Anyway, Socialist Alliance. They have a flag. They have the big, well, the mini, not the big flag, but the mini flag. Who's this? Introducing Marxism. It's the same mob, I think. It's got separate tables everywhere. There's a guy here with a few signs. Fuck Israel and fuck. I think that's Benjamin Netanyahu's previous name. Labour and Little Australians will remember the election in 2020,000. Supporting Israel murdering 50,000 plus. As a socialist videographer. So yeah, it's a reasonable crowd. It's nothing like the last couple of nights ago. Stop genocide, stop killing children, stop killing children. Again, like I said, the flag here. Oh, the speeches will be here. There's Damian, he's the organiser of the PAG, one of the organisers. Also, there's Josh, both here. They're the two organisers. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. I mean, that's pretty much a walkthrough. A few more signs. There she is. What's her name? Oh, Rachel Evans. There we go. She is in person, but has a lot of coloured hair there. She has Teachers Federation, Greens for Gaza. I think that's back to the socialists again. Yeah, that's it. That's a very, very quick walkthrough. All right, so I'll start recording again when the speeches start.
In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. 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 Stop the genocide. Netanyahu, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! Netanyahu, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! And Donald Trump, you can't hide! You're supporting genocide! Donald Trump, you can't hide! You're supporting It's a wonderful turnout. It's so great to see so many people here, and it's so necessary that we hit the streets again in huge numbers. My name's Josh Lees. I'm going to be chairing tonight from the Palestine Action Group here in Sydney. I want to start, of course, by acknowledging that we're protesting tonight on the stolen Aboriginal land, stolen Gadigal land, that this land was never ceded. This land was stolen in a bloody invasion and a genocidal process carried out by the Australian state, the same state that's supporting Israel in its genocidal process in Palestine. And we stand with the Indigenous people here in their struggles, 100% in their fight against this racist system. All the same institutions that oppress the Palestinian people oppress Indigenous people in this country as well. So always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Israel, as I'm sure we're all too painfully aware, has just carried out one of the worst massacres it has carried out in the previous 16 months of genocide in Gaza. One of the deadliest days for the Palestinian people, and it came, of course, as Israel often does, carries out its crimes during the holy month of Ramadan. Hundreds of people, over 400 people killed in 24 hours. Over 180 children bombed while they slept. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds injured. Dozens more homes destroyed, buildings eradicated. Hundreds more trying to seek medical assistance in hospitals that have been deprived of all medical equipment thanks to 16 months of brutal genocide, thanks to 16 years of siege on the Gaza Strip, and thanks to the last 2 weeks of complete blockade of Gaza by Israel, a starvation siege implemented, nothing in, no food, no medical supplies, no electricity even for the people of Gaza in these past 2 weeks leading up to this new atrocity. And Israel, of course, tries to justify its actions with its usual lies. What we've seen in the past 2 days is just confirmation that when they signed the ceasefire agreement, if we can call it that, Israel never had any intention for a single second of proceeding to phase 2 and 3 of that ceasefire. They pretty much said it openly as soon as the deal was done. They said it again, Netanyahu, as he stood alongside Donald Trump in the White House and fantasized about a Palestine without any Palestinians. As Trump laid out his despicable vision for Gaza, which he subsequently released that horrific video, that genocide fantasy video of the Trump regime. And of course Netanyahu, straight after that press conference, was very quickly talking about Trump's bold vision, how this is exactly what they want to do for Gaza. And in fact, as we've been saying all along, this has been the plan since day one. This has been what Israel has been doing to the Palestinians since 1948 and before. Their plan is genocide. Their mission is ethnic cleansing. This is not new. This has been spelled out by Israeli leader after Israeli leader for decades. This was spelled out by the original Zionist elders who laid out their vision for what should happen. This is not new. What is new is that Israel has been allowed to carry out their genocidal project with renewed, bloodthirsty vigour, thanks to the world, thanks to our world leaders, thanks to politicians in the White House, here in Australia, in the UK, in Germany, in France, throughout the region as well. Country after country has said to Israel, you can obliterate the Palestinian people with impunity. We won't condemn you. We won't stop you. In fact, we'll send you another shipment of missiles and bombs and bullets to rain down on the children of Gaza. And in the face of this, of course, we have seen the biggest ever mobilization, the biggest ever uprising of ordinary people for the Palestinian people that we've ever seen. And now more than ever, that's what we need to look to. And we just have to see the absolutely debased response to Israel's latest atrocity, again from Albanese, from Penny Wong, to renew our derision, what's the word, for the Labour Party, for this government. We've lost words a long time ago to describe the role that they played in Israel's genocide in Gaza.
Evil.
Nothing. What's Penny Wong's game? Let's pretend somehow there's still a peace process that somehow we can get back to, and then I'm sure any day now Israel will sign up to, it's a farce. It's a con job. They know it is. They've known it is for decades. It's the same bullshit lines they use throughout the so-called peace process, when every day Israel would demolish more Palestinian homes, build more illegal settlements, oppress, and all the rest of it. They've been trying to trot out the same lines as we've seen an open genocide and slaughter take place in Gaza. Well, we know, if we didn't know before, this is all bullshit. This is all a despicable game for them to cover up what the real agenda is, which, as we said, is ethnic cleansing. It is shameful. It's utterly shameful. Shame, Labour, shame! Shame, Labour, shame! Shame, Labour, shame! Shame, Labour, shame! All right, I'm going to invite up, there's obviously so much more to say, but we have three wonderful speakers lined up who will also be talking about a lot of this. So I'm going to invite up, first of all, the wonderful Green Senator Mehreen Faruqi, who has been as staunch as he can be in that parliament to fight for the Palestinian people, to fight against racism and Islamophobia in this country. Thank you so much, Mehreen.
Thank you, Josh. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Mubarak. I'll just say up front, today is going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. I do want to acknowledge that we are on Gadigal land, that sovereignty was never ceded. We are on stolen land, always was and always will be Aboriginal land. I remember last Ramadan, last year, when we gathered together to protest for Palestine. For so many of us, for all of us, it was a Ramadan like no other that we had seen before. It was 5 months into Israel's relentless genocide in Gaza. More than 30,000 Palestinians had already been massacred. Children were being killed. Children were being starved in the ruins of Gaza. Labour had failed to even condemn Israel. Labour had frozen life-saving UNRWA funding. Labour is complicit in genocide. Let us never forget that. Labour is complicit in genocide. I remember everything I did that Ramadan. Fasting, breaking my fast, sleeping, waking up, working. I was just thinking of one thing, Palestine. And I know that all of you were as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I thought at that time, even at that time, I thought, surely there will be a red line for Labour. When they'd wake up from their morality stupor and take action against these genocidal terrorists. Surely, I thought, they just can't keep aiding and abetting oppression, occupation, and genocide. How wrong was I? 17 months on. Worse, it has become worse. The situation has become worse. So I know better now. I know better. Because the world has watched on as hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have now been murdered. The world has watched on as no one and nowhere has been spared. So now I know better. I know that there are no red lines for the Albanese government as far as Palestine is concerned. They have no red lines. I know that there are no limits to their inhumanity and their cowardice. I now know that there are no limits to their shamelessness, hypocrisy, and double standards when it comes to protecting the apartheid state of Israel. That is who the Labour Party is now. And the level of impunity that they have provided Israel and its partner, the US, is for all to see, was on display when neither Albanese nor Penny Wong could bring themselves to even denounce Trump's plan to literally ethnically cleanse Gaza. You know what? A few weeks ago, Palestinians had a few weeks of respite. And I'm sure Labour patted themselves on the back and said what a great job they've done. But really, nothing has changed. Israel came back with a vengeance. 400 killed in 24 hours. And before that, blockades, kind of locking out and severing humanitarian aid, severing all power, and then came the bombs on the children of Gaza. And what did our government do? What did our government do to stop Israel? Any sanctions yet? Any sanctions?
No.
No. Did they kick out Israel's ambassador? Have they stopped the two-way arm trade? Nothing. Zilch. Zero. Sure, they put out a bullshit statement, again full of weasel words and both-sidism. Honestly, when I saw that statement from Albanese and Wong, I literally had no words. The only thing that came out of my mouth at that time was, what the actual fuck? That's all I could say. And I know I'm not supposed to swear when I'm fasting, but I'm sure Allah will forgive me this one time. What the actual fuck? And I think it's the first time in many months I don't know what to do. I'm on a roller coaster of emotions. There's grief, there's anger, there's frustration, there's outrage, there's crying, all at the same time, So as I fast this Ramadan, every prayer I do, I'm thinking of Palestine. As are the millions of Muslims fasting all around the world in really the biggest collective solidarity action on the globe. That is what is happening. They will not be able to defeat us. And I'm also thinking of all the comrades here who have been demonized, vilified, dehumanized, gaslighted, and attacked. For what? For the crime of opposing a genocide. And no one has been spared. The protesters, the writers, the academics, the artists, the healthcare workers, the students, the teachers, no one has been spared. Well, today we say we are so proud of all of them. We are so proud of their courage, their humanity, and their morality. And while all this has been going on, Islamophobia has been rife in this country. Muslim women are being spat at, punched in the face, their hijabs torn off. 2 mosques now have had threats referencing the Christchurch Mosque massacre. The massacre where an Australian Islamophobic far-right extremists murdered 51 Muslims in cold blood as they were praying, peacefully praying. But yet, the government in this country, both Labour and Liberal, have not reckoned with that one bit. You know, the Liberals think that Islamophobia is fictitious, that we're all making it up, that it is not an issue. And Labour recently whipped up media hysteria on a hoax caravan plot, a fabricated anti-Semitism plot, just to achieve their twisted political outcomes. So the two parties, and this is the conclusion I've come to, the two parties are not going to wake up. They are not going to wake up. These two parties will never see us as equals unless they are forced to. And we will force them to. That's what we are here for. So here's a message for them. We are not some passive bystanders here. We are not your hapless victims. We have been showing up for the past 17 months in massive numbers, and we are not going to stop now. We're not going to stop now. We are organizing and we are mobilizing. But we also know that Labour and the Liberals only understand one language, the language of votes. And boy, are we going to teach them a lesson in their own language at this election? We are going to hold them to account like they've never been held to account. So are you with me on that? Are we going to hold them to account at the election? We are going to show them that we will not be taken for granted ever again.
Their hands are red.
They are. Our people power, they should not underestimate our people power. They should not underestimate our anguish, our grief, and our anger at the slaughter of Palestinians. And they should not underestimate our courage and our humanity either. Because we will never forget Palestine, and we will never forgive those who have been complicit in the genocide of Palestinians. So our work is not done yet. Our work goes on. Our resistance continues. Our fight for justice goes on. Because we know Palestine will be free, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza!
Zainab. What a legend. All right, thank you so much to Mehreen. Yeah, wonderful words again. And absolutely, let's do whatever we can to punish Labor at the ballot box. Of course, we don't want Dutton in either, so find someone else to vote for. Gee, I wonder who. That could be. There's options, but you know, so we need to do that. We need to keep building the movement on the streets as well. As Mehreen said, one of the big issues that's played out all around the world, and we see it in a very dramatic way in Trump's America today, but didn't start there. This has been going on for some time now, is the repression of Palestine activists here at home, and nowhere more so than on our university campuses. So our next speaker is from Sydney Uni, Jasmine Al-Rawi. She's one of the leaders of the Students of Palestine group there. She's one of the leaders of the student encampment at Sydney Uni, where they camped out for 50 days, whatever it was, and is the current education officer as well. Thank you, Jasmine.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! mission towards Palestinian liberation. And he said, students have long been at the forefront of change, leading the charge against the Vietnam War, standing on the front lines of the civil rights movement, and driving the struggle against apartheid in South Africa. And today too, even if the public has yet to fully grasp it, we are making that change. So we have to keep fighting for the Palestinians. We have to keep fighting for real peace and justice. Have to keep fighting against the complicity of our government here in Australia that wants us to forget about the crimes of Israel, wants us to forget that they are punishing people for simply protesting for peace. We will not forget the Palestinians that have been killed. We will not forget the crimes Israel has committed. We will not forget the thousands of Palestinians who are still being displaced from their homes. And we will not forget the hundreds of Palestinians killed in the last few days in a relentless, horrific bombing raid by Israel. So we must fight. We must fight for all those Palestinians. We must fight for the Palestinians, Omar and Layad, who were killed with their family at home. We must fight for all those children so that we can see a world worth living in for the millions of Palestinians and the millions of people that don't have an interest in this horrific, barbaric system that constantly produces more war, more massacres, more genocides, all in the sake of keeping power in the hands of those horrific monsters who run the world. Brick by brick, wall by wall. The occupation has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. The occupation has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. The occupation has to fall. 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 The siege on Gaza has to fall. The siege on Gaza has to fall. The siege on Gaza has to fall. The hold-down system 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 has to fall.
We should also chant about Mahmoud Khalil. Free Mahmoud Khalil now! 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 In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. All right, and I think what Jasmine said is so important. It can seem very bleak right now. It can seem like Israel can get away with whatever the hell they want to do in this world. But this fight is far, far, far from over. And we will continue to fight like hell for all those Israel has killed, for justice for them, for accountability for the war crimes. And we will fight even harder for the millions still alive. Still fighting, still fighting, still fighting to exist and to resist for their rights, their homeland, their liberation. All right. right, I might move straight on to our next speaker on that note, which is Ahmed Abadla. Where is he? Ahmed, he's here somewhere, I know he's. Alright, Ahmed is from Gaza. He's been a tireless activist for Palestine for many years now as well. He's been running a bunch of amazing kind of educative forums about all the questions of the history of Palestine with a range of amazing speakers and doing so much else besides. So thank you so much, Ahmed.
I want to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the lands on which we meet today and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. This land was never ceded. This land always was and always will be. Acknowledging that this is the ground zero of a genocide that occurred more than 230 years ago on the hands of these colonialists, but its echoes still reverberate to our day. As much as we've anticipated and awaited this ceasefire in Gaza when it began last January, after the longest 16 months of our lives and the most brutal and traumatic months in the lives of the Palestinians in Gaza, it should not come to surprise us that it collapsed early this week. It should not surprise us because it should come as a confirmation that this Zionist regime has never had any interest in ceasing fire. It never had any interest in stopping the killing of our men, women and children in Gaza. It had never abated to pursue the goal of eradicating our people. It never had any interest in peace, to say the least. A Zionist society where more than 96% of its population called for more violence in Gaza than the atrocious ongoing genocide. Such a society has no interest in peace and should never be considered as humane. A society that does not even attempt to hide its messianic lust for more Palestinian blood and more Palestinian land. This is beyond settler colonial and imperial violence. We shouldn't be surprised that they flagrantly violated the ceasefire in the barbaric fashion. This is the true nature of Zionism. This is the true nature of a barbaric ideology that is inspired by Nazism and fascism. An ideology that our government and our universities say should be protected from criticism. A sadistic ideology that our puppet government continues to protect. An ideology that made up the foundation of the fascist society and the unholy rogue state. An ideology that hijacked an entire religion to promote nothing but supremacy, racism and fascism. We should not be surprised when we hear our crime minister and his villain minister parroting the same egregious remarks over and over again of two-sidism, as if the tank is an equal with a sleeping child in a tent. As if the F-35 that this government provides supplies and ammunition for equates to a sleeping pregnant mother. A sleeping pregnant mother who was murdered embracing her young child in a tent.
Shame on them, criminals!
We should not be surprised because this genocide has been revealing to us from day one the true appalling nature of our political regime. A political regime that is nothing but an imperial tale. A regime that produces fanatic Zionist puppets, the likes of Minz, Albanese, Burke and Clare. A political regime that is a vicious extension of the genocidal regime that took hold of this colony more than 230 years ago. And it makes sense when those so-called politicians don't even flinch when they see Palestinian children incarcerated, massacred, and torn to pieces on the hands of their peers in Palestine. This colony's own history and own backyard is filled and reeking of such atrocities against First Nation people. We share common values with Israel, says our Crime Minister. Indeed, these are the shared values of racism, supremacy, and barbarism. It is disgusting, to say the least, coming from someone who once held a Palestinian flag and rallied for Palestine. Absolutely disgusting, but also telling. It is telling, and it should be a learning lesson for every single one of us, not to ever trust a Labour politician. And comes this election in a few weeks' time, we must uphold that determination. We must not trust a government that has supported and embedded a genocidal regime for the past 18 months. A government that all the while locally has been busy with protecting the feelings of those who fiercely support genocide, apartheid, and ethnic cleansing. Who fiercely and disgustingly support the murdering of innocent men, women, and children in cold blood. In the eyes of this complicit government, the feelings of those elements are more precious and important than the lives of more than 20,000 children in Gaza. I'm referring to them as elements because they don't even deserve to be humanized. Those Zionist, genocidal, fueling disgrace of human beings are playing the oldest trick in the book by conflating Jewish hatred with fighting against Zionism, genocide, and apartheid. They know very well that they are at the lowest point of their devious lobbying career, and they are nearing the end of their journey. And this is why they're going as ferociously and viciously as they can in muzzling the Palestinian narrative, muzzling the truth, by recruiting the so-called media and so-called journalists to fuel their campaigns of misinformation and disinformation and atrocities propaganda. So-called journalists who might have few of today here in this rally. Those so-called journalists who themselves are deeply entrenched in this devious ideology one way or another. Otherwise, they won't be able to keep their jobs. In this organization that is empire serving so-called media outlets. Palestinians are not only being killed and genocided in Gaza, but truth has been genocided in Gaza and here and everywhere. Through this propaganda machine that not only spreads lies and disinformation, but that is so devious and manipulative that it is rewiring our brains to logically process and accommodate for lies and nonsensical narratives. Narratives that render the incarceration of young Aboriginal children on this colony acceptable and logical. Narratives that render the images of slaughtered children scattered on the floor of a hospital in Gaza justifiable. One word that has the ability to hypnotize those brainwashed minds to allow for this perception of the genocide in Gaza to continue. Hamas. Israel war on Hamas, so-called journalists would repeat. A statement that should strip them from every semblance of intellect and humanity. for not being able or not wanting to contemplate the fact that the targeted murder of 20,000 Palestinian children has absolutely nothing to do with Hamas and has every single thing to do with the barbarous nature of the Zionist regime and Zionism. Not being able to grasp the fact that resisting occupation, colonization, apartheid and genocide is in the DNA of every single Palestinian. They cannot grasp the fact that such a concept of resistance that constitutes the core foundation of Hamas will never be defeated or eliminated. Because the spirit of the Palestinian resistance can never be extinguished. The Palestinian will to be free will never be broken. And one day or another, however the end of this genocidal campaign will be, whether Hamas survives this or not, they have to understand that those young Palestinian generations, those genocide survivors, will carry the mantle to follow on their predecessors' footsteps on the road to liberation and on the road to eradicating and dismantling the Zionist regime as it is. Sooner or later, this will happen. We should never lose hope. We should never stop fighting for Palestine, every single one of us on their own front. We should always be inspired and motivated by their resilience, defiance, and steadfastness in the face of genocide. The journey to liberation may be long, but know this, that sooner or later, Palestine is inevitably going to be free.
1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a fascist state. 1, 2, 3, 4. The occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gaza we will liberate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gaza we will liberate. 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 Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a racist state. Israel is a fascist state. But Gaza we will liberate. Gaza we will liberate. Gaza we will liberate. Gaza we will liberate. All right, as Ahmed said, and as we've been saying for over a year now, Israel's genocide in Gaza will not just drag Gaza and the West Bank and the rest of Palestine to hell, it will drag the whole world to hell behind it. By trashing and destroying every basic value of humanity, by trampling on people's rights, not just in Palestine, but all around the world. How can our system, our political system in Australia or in America openly back and supply and support a brutal extreme right fascist regime carrying out a genocide without that impacting on their own societies for the worse in dramatic ways. And that's what we're seeing all around the world, including here in Australia. We talked before about the case of Mahmoud Khalil in the United States, but we've had our own case here at Sydney University of a student being threatened with deportation for supporting Palestine. Her crime was writing on a whiteboard calling on the university to divest from Israel and writing the death toll in Gaza. And for that great crime, she was threatened with suspension, and because she's an international student, threatened with deportation. So this is what's happening all around the world, including here in this country. We're just going to take a brief moment to announce it's time for
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
Thank you, and of course we express all our solidarity to our Muslim brothers and sisters all around the world. Must be a particularly hard time. Yeah. All right. I was talking about the repression that's playing out around the world, including in this country, and of course we've seen that in this state more than anywhere, actually. I think Mehreen referred to this a while ago, but we've of course seen exposed now the entire enormous hoax that was this dual caravan, you know, which our politicians, one after the other, came out and lied to the public and have been lying to all of us for at least 6 weeks now, that this was an imminent mass casualty terrorism event, is what they called it. A blast radius of 40 meters, you know, you name it. They were piling on the hyperbole to describe this thing. And we know, of course, now the police themselves have come out and said very clearly that from day one, they strongly suspected that this was, in fact, all part of a criminal hoax. From day one, they said that. And not just this caravan, in fact, but all of the high-profile violent attacks that we have seen in this city, which have targeted Jewish people and have understandably caused fear in the Jewish community. But all of those attacks have been part, in fact, of a criminal hoax. And yet, the politicians have been telling us for week after week after week, not that this was part of a criminal con job, which they have known for weeks and weeks and weeks. Let's be clear, these politicians have said they were getting daily briefings from the police, from the New South Wales police, from ASIO, from AFP. Albanese's already come out and admitted that he knew in his words from very early on that this, in fact, the caravan was not a terrorism plot at all. It was a criminal hoax. But he didn't come out and correct the record after he'd said the opposite weeks earlier. We know the AFP have said that they knew almost immediately, in their words, that this was a criminal hoax. So this is what's going on. We've had politicians lying to us for week after week after week, exploiting the fear created by some criminal con job, as the police have called it, exploiting that fear, exacerbating in fact the fear in the Jewish community, exacerbating it, lying even more about it, exaggerating it, all for their private, cynical agenda, which has been to silence this movement against the genocide. And we know, Chris Minns hasn't hidden the fact that from day one, we know which side he's been on the side of the Israeli state as it's carried out a genocide in Gaza. Through thick and thin, he has stood with them, he stood with the Israel lobby in this country, and in fact him and Albanese, partly out of this whole hoax, have given the Israel lobby tens of millions of our taxpayer dollars, tens of millions of dollars given to organisations whose whole purpose in life is to dehumanise the Palestinian people, to delegitimise and slander and lie about the Palestine movement in this country, to whip up racism against Muslims and Arabs, and to justify genocide in Gaza. They're the organisations our government has given tens of millions of dollars to as part of this hoax. And anti-protest laws on the back of this complete hoax. It's utterly shameful. And it's worth mentioning that because of course we know now the fight for a free Palestine, the fight for a free Gaza, is now intimately bound up with a fight for free speech actually everywhere in the world now. And that's a fight we're engaged in here. And I'm sure we all remember when the right-wingers, they're the ones who pretended they were for free speech. Remember George Brandis, the Liberal Party guy, said everyone's got the right to be a bigot. That's how they talked about it. These same people, of course, want to shut down any speech that's theirs to criticise Israel or to criticise this genocide or to criticise the Australian government's role in supporting this genocide. We are for free speech, actually, and there's a reason for that. It's precisely because we are the ones up against the status quo of power and privilege and billions of dollars and weapons in the world today. What we've got in the face of that is popular power, people power, our voices, the truth, justice. That's what we have on our side. And that's why they want to silence us. So they've passed a series of anti-protest laws all based on lies. Those laws must be repealed. And the politicians that knowingly lied to the public, knowingly deceived, they must resign. And that's what we're demanding right now in the New South Wales Parliament. The Greens have moved a series of bills to repeal those rotten laws along with some independents. There is going to be an inquiry now, thankfully, into Chris Minns and the Police Minister Jasmine and all the other bloody liars, into what they knew, when they knew it, and how they misled the Parliament. We hope, at least that makes them squirm a bit, and hopefully some more facts come out about the rotten role they've played. As well, people may have seen that the Palestine Action Group Sydney here, we are launching a constitutional challenge against their new anti-protest laws that they've passed. The New South Wales government has passed actually a whole series of anti-protest laws in recent decades, targeting climate activists, targeting unionists, targeting everyone. A number of those laws have been struck down through previous constitutional challenges, and we think that we can at least hopefully strike a blow against their current laws through those means as well. In particular, we're challenging, there's two main things that they passed that we should all be very concerned about and opposed. One, and this is the one Minns wants to talk more about because he thinks it's harder to oppose, is his new laws about hate speech. Now, obviously it is harder to explain to people why would we be against laws against hate speech. After all, we are the most anti-racist people on this planet. That is exactly what we're fighting for. But these laws, we should be absolutely clear, have nothing to do with combating hate speech, nothing to do with combating racism. Far from it, actually. We know that these laws work in conjunction with the whole concerted effort to say that supporting Palestine is itself hate speech. That's the big lie they've been trying to prosecute for years now. They say that criticising Israel is anti-Semitism, calling for freedom from the river to the sea is anti-Semitism, saying intifada is anti-Semitism, saying free Palestine is anti-Semitism, according to the powers that be. So the point of these laws, and they were quite explicit about it when they were passing them, they're quite explicit about what these laws are intended to do, and that is to stop us from criticising the state of Israel under this lie that freedom for Palestine equals an attack on Jewish people. So we have to oppose, actually, these hate speech laws, because we know who will get to decide who gets prosecuted under these laws, and it won't be us, it won't be reasonable people, it'll be people in the government and people in the cops who get to decide who gets prosecuted for these laws. And we just have to look every day at the torrent of racist hate speech dished out to Muslims, dished out to Palestinians, dished out to Arabs, dished out to indigenous people in this country, to see that these laws are not going to be used to challenge them. It's not going to be Peter Dutton hauled before some courts for his racist speech. It's not going to be all of the pro-Israel lobby who dehumanize the Palestinian people and support genocide. They won't be hauled before the courts for these laws. If anyone's going to be hauled before the courts, it'll be us and the Palestine movement. So we need to be clear about that. That's why we oppose these laws. And the second key aspect of the anti-protest laws is, of course, Min's new laws, which says that protesting near a place of worship, now the police should have the power to ban those protests, to give us move-on orders, and if we fail to move on, we all face arrest. And these laws are designed to apply to exactly the kind of gathering we have here right now, where, of course, we happen to be near a giant place of worship. Even though we're not protesting against that place of worship, even though we have nothing, that's not what we're here for, these laws say that just because we are near that place of worship, once they come into effect in a couple of months, the police would have the power to declare this entire protest illegal, to ban it, to declare that we all have to move on, and if we fail to do that, they could come in and make mass arrests, and people would face criminal charges for protesting. And there is basically nowhere in Sydney that is not near a place of worship. That's the reality. So this is Min's doing what he has said openly he wants to do from day one, which is to ban our right to protest against the genocide. So we need to strike these laws down. They need to be written off. They need to be defeated. If we can't defeat them in the court or in the parliament, then we'll defeat them here on the streets, because we won't stop protesting. We absolutely will defy these laws if we have to. We have no choice. And thankfully, it's not just the Palestine movement who are part of this fight against these laws. It's a broad coalition of people from climate movements, LGBTI movements, the union movement, etc., who all want to stand against these rotten, undemocratic laws. We're going to need to stand together to fight for our right to protest. Let's chant to Min's on that front. Let's say, protesting is not a crime! Free, free, free Palestine! Protesting is not a crime! Free, free, free Palestine! Protesting is not a crime! Free, free, free Palestine! Protesting is not a crime! Free, free, free Palestine! Alright, so stay tuned for more on that constitutional challenge. Our first appearance in court's going to be on the 8th of April. There'll be more actions to support that challenge, and I'm sure many other actions to challenge the New South Wales government as this inquiry unfolds and those repeal bills go through Parliament. Alright, our next, obviously we need to keep taking to the streets. We need to do that with increased, everything now, increased numbers, increased mobilisation. I want to announce our next protest. Of course, from the Palestine Action Group's point of view, we've called is for next Saturday, Saturday the 29th of March. That's going to be in Hyde Park. That's going to be another massive one. We need to see thousands and thousands and thousands of us out there on Saturday the 29th of March. Please make sure everyone knows it is a Saturday, not the Sunday. Sunday the 30th marks Palestine Land Day. That's a very important day on the calendar in the fight for Palestinian liberation. Now more important than ever.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever! 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 Free, free, free Palestine! Stop, stop the genocide! Free, free, free Palestine! Stop, stop the genocide! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Occupation is a crime! Free, free, free Palestine! Alright, as I was saying, Saturday 29th of March, be there in huge numbers. The only reason we're not protesting on the Sunday, the land day itself, is because we don't want to potentially clash with Eid, of course. So be there on Saturday, the 29th, in huge numbers. We'll have to decide. We haven't had a chance to discuss yet. Subsequent protests, obviously there's, we need to discuss. Do we need to go back to protesting more frequently, given the hell... I'd say, okay, the people have spoken. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll discuss that and make more announcements on that front. So, yeah, Saturday the 29th of March, that's going to be in Hyde Park North again. 1 o'clock, Saturday 29th of March in Hyde Park North. All right, please be there. A couple other quick things to announce. There's a rally on Saturday as well. It's starting at Sydenham Station. People can look for that. There's another event on Sunday, I'm told. Anthony Lowenstein's new documentary, The Palestine Laboratory, is going to be screened at the Balmain Uniting Church from 2 o'clock. You need to book for that, so get on traffic if you want to see that as well. But otherwise, yeah, please everyone, spread the word. Stay strong. As I said, this fight has a long way to go. The Palestinian people are far from defeated. We are far from defeated. We are